Okay, I'm trying to figure out where to put this video. Either this is going to end up at the end of the FAE video, or I'm going to put it as a separate video. It might end up being a separate video. After I did the FAE video on If You Like FAE, I got these. It was a book haul. It was a huge book haul. So, welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, Kristina. This is where we read book and talk about books. No special effects going on here. What you see is what you get. There's no theme music. None of that stuff going on here. And I'm not even organized. I should really be organized, and I'm not even organized. So there's no special editing either. And sound and audio are pretty bad too. I don't know if you realize this, but I scream these whole videos because the sound is so bad and most times you can't hear me. So shall we go through my book haul? And these are in no particular order, mind you. I should have put them in order, but I did not. Shame on me. The Mortal Instruments. City Bones. When Clare heads out to the Pandemonium Club in New York City, she hardly expects to witness a murder, much less a murder committed by 3 teenagers covered with odd markings. This is Clary's first meeting with the Shadow Hunter warriors dedicated to ridding the earth of the demons and keeping the odd werewolves and vampires in line. It's also her first meeting with gorgeous golden-haired Joe. Within 24 hours, Clary is pulled into Jace's world with a vengeance when her mother disappears and Clary herself is attacked by a demon. But why would demons be interested in an ordinary girl like Clary? And how did she suddenly get the sight? The Shadow Hunters would like to know. Let's see. Lady Midnight, Cassandra Clare, the Dark Artifices. In a secret world where half-angel warriors called shadow hunters are sworn to fight demons, Probati is a sacred word. Probati is your best friend and battle partner. Probati can be everything to each other, but they can never fall in love. Emma Carstairs is a shadow hunter, the best in her generation. Together with her Prathati, Julian Blackthorn, she patrols the streets of Los Angeles, where fairies, the most powerful supernatural creatures, teeter on the edge of open war with shadow hunters. When bodies, both fairy and human, turn up, bearing the marks that match those found on Emma's own murdered parents, an uneasy alliance is formed. This is Emma's chance for revenge and Julian's chance to get back his brother. A prisoner of the fairy courts, all they have to do is solve the murders within 2 weeks before the target's them. Lady Cassandra, the Dark Artifacts. Do I have 2 of these? Did I actually buy 2 of these? I bought 2. I guess I'll have to send one back. Well, that was a mistake, wasn't it? The Chain of Gold, the Cassandra Clare, The Last Hours, Book 1. Cordelia Carstairs is a shadow hunter, a warrior trained since childhood to battle demons. When her father is accused of terrible crime, she and her brother travel to London in hopes of preventing the family's ruin. Cordelia's mother wants to marry her off, but Cordelia is determined to be a hero rather than a bride. Soon Cordelia encounters childhood friends James and Lucy Herondale and is drawn into their world of glittering ballrooms, secret assignments, and supernatural salons, where vampires and warlocks mingle with mermaids and magicians. All the while, she must hide her secret love for James, who is sworn to marry someone else. But Cordelia's new life is blown apart when a shocking series of demons attacks devastate London. These monsters are nothing like those that the shadow hunters have fought before. These demons walk in daylight, strike down the unwary with incurable poison, and seem impossible to kill. London is immediately quarantined. Trapped in the city, Cordelia's friends discover that a dark legacy has gifted them with incredible powers, and now a forced, brutal choice that will help reveal the true cruel of being a hero. Queen of Air and Darkness. Every time I read this title, I think of Mary Gentry, and her aunt is the Queen of Air and Darkness. Can't help it. I'm sorry. These books are hard to read and late. Innocent blood has been spilled on the steps of the council hall, the sacred stronghold of the shadow hunters, in the wake of the tragic death of Lavina Blackthorn. The clave teeters on the brink of civil war. One fragment of the Blackthorn family flees to Los Angeles, seeking to discover the source of the disease that is destroying the race of warlocks. Meanwhile, Julian and Emma take desperate measures to put their forbidden love aside and take a perilous mission to Fairy to retrieve the black volume of the dead, where they find in the courts a secret that may tear the shadow world asunder and open a dark path into a future they could never have imagined. Caught in a race against time, Emma and Julia must save the world of shadow hunters. Ghosts of the Shadow Market. Receipt? The shadow market is a meeting point for fairies, werewolves, warlocks, and vampires. There the downworlders buy and sell magical objects, make dark bargains, and whisper secrets they do not want the Nephilim to know. Through centuries, however, there has been a frequent visitor to the shadow market from the City of Bones, the very heart of the shadow hunters' world. As a silent brother Zachary is sworn keeper of the laws and law of Nephilim, but once he was a shadow hunter called Jem Carstairs, and his love then and always is the warlock Tessa Gray. And Jem is searching through the shadow markets in many different cities over long years for a relic from the past. Follow Jem and see against the backdrop of the shadow market's dark dealings and festival, Anne Lightwood's doomed romance, Matthew Fairchild's great sin, and Tessa Gray as she's plunged into a world war. I think. Okay. Then we go the other side. Sarah J. Maas, Court of Mist and Fury. FAE survived Armathas' clutches to return to the Spring Court, but a steep cost. Though now she has the powers of the High Fae, her heart remains human, and it can't forget the terrible deeds she performed to save Tamlin's people. Nor has FAE forgotten her bargain with Rysand, High Lord of the feared Night Court. As FAE navigates his powers of dark politics, web of politics, passion, and dazzling power, a great evil looms, and she might be key to stopping it, but only if she can harness her harrowing gifts, heal her fractured soul, and decide how she wishes to shape her future. Tower of the Dawn, Thorn of Glass. Traho, Westfall, and Nesrin Felik have arrived in the shining city of Antica to forge an alliance for the Kagan of the southern continent. Those vast armies are Early's last hope, but they have also come to Antica for another purpose, to seek healing at the famed Tori Sesame for the wounds Charo received in Riffle. After enduring unspeakable horrors as a child, Erin Towers has no desire to help the young Lord Adrian, let alone heal him. Yet she has sworn an oath to assist those in need, and will honor it. But Lord Westfield carries shadows from his past, and Yearn comes to realize they could engulf them soon. I should move this. Let's see if I can do this. Oh. Do this. Court of Frost and Starlight. Frey Rias and their close-knit circle of friends are still busy rebuilding the Night Court and the vastly changed world beyond. Winter solstice is finally near, and with a hard-earned reprieve, yet even the festive atmosphere can't keep the shadows of the past from looming. As Frey navigates her first winter solstice as High Lady, she finds those dearest to her have more wounds than she had anticipated. Come back to this. Let's see. Court of Thorns. Now, this was on the FAE video, I believe. When 19-year-old huntress FAE kills a wolf in the woods, a beast-like creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows about only from legends, FAE discovers that her captor is not an animal but Tamlin, one of the lethal immortal fairies who once ruled their world. A Court of Silver Flames. Nestor Acheron has always been prickly, proud, swift to anger, and slow to forgive, and since the war, since being made High Fae against her will, she struggled to forget the horrors she endured and find a place for herself within the strange and deadly Night Court. The person who ignites her temper more than any other is Cassian, a battle-scarred winged warrior who is there at Nestessa's every turn. But her temper isn't the only thing Cassian ignites. The fire between them is undeniable, and it only burns hotter as they are forced to work closely together. House of Earth and Blood. Crescent City. Half Fae, half human, Bryce Quinlan loves her life. Every night is a party, and Bryce is going to savor all the pleasures Lumethan, also known as Crescent City, has to offer. But then a brutal murder shakes the foundation of the city, and Bryce's worlds come crashing down. 2 years later, Bryce still haunts the city's most notorious nightclub, seeking only oblivion now, trying to put the past behind her. When the murder attacks again and an infamous fallen angel, Hunt Althar, is assigned to watch her every footstep, Bryce knows she can't forget any longer. And two more. Court of Wings and Ruin. Frey has returned to Spring Court, determined to gather information on Tamlin's maneuverings and the invading king threatening to Python to its knees. But to do so, she must play a deadly game of deceit, and one slip may spell doom not only for Frey, but for her world as well as one war bears down upon them all. Frey must decide who to trust amongst the dazzling and lethal High Lords. Ollie Black. The Stolen Heir. 8 years have passed since the Battle of the Serpent, but in the icy north, Lady Nora of the Court of Teeth has reclaimed the Ice Needle Citadel. There she is using an ancient relic to create monsters of stick and snow who will do her bidding and exact her revenge. Surin, child of the Court of Teeth and the one person with the power over her mother, fled to the human world. There she lives feral in the woods, lonely and still haunted by the merciless torments she endured in the Court of Teeth. She bides her time by releasing mortals from foolish bargains. She believes herself forgotten till the storm hag Bugalina chases her through the streets. Surin is saved by none other than Prince Oak, the heir to Elfheim. She was once promised to in marriage and who she's resented for years. Now 17, Oak is charming, beautiful, and manipulative. He's on a mission that will lead him into the Ice Needle Citadel, and he wants Surin's help. But if she agrees, it will mean guarding her heart against the boy she once knew and a prince she must trust, as well as confronting all the horrors she thought she left behind. So that was my book haul. Please check out Star Trek Next Generation Recaps Friday. Please check out If Then Fridays. The Black Authors, the Fae, the Vampires, the Witches, the whole 9 yards I did. And of course, Flashback Monday, where I talk about all these kinds of books. Fiction, historical romance, contemporary romance, sci-fi, paranormal, erotica, harlequin, all of it. If you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.